Hello guys, welcome back. I hope you watched the previous video about Redshift. There we have discussed about when do we use Redshift compared to other databases and how this Redshift stores the data and what is MPP, that is massive parallel processing in the previous video, and how column storage provides you fast query performance in Redshift, also discussed in the previous video. We also discussed about Redshift cluster arc, how the Redshift architecture will be, and how the query is processed. Everything we discussed in the previous video. Now, let's move on with extension to the previous video. So, how data is inserted to Redshift? So, by using what commands do we insert our data to Redshift cluster? So, to insert, we use copy command. Basically, this copy command is used to load your data. So in SQL, we are having insert command, whereas copy command also we have. Now the question is, while inserting data into Redshift cluster, we use copy SQL command instead of insert SQL command. Why? Why it is recommended to use copy SQL command instead of insert SQL command while inserting our data into Redshift cluster? So you can see the major difference between the copy command and the insert command. Where do we use this insert command, sir? We use this insert command whenever we are inserting small amount of data. What is the use case? We are inserting small amount of data, or when data already exists in other tables in Redshift. In that case, while inserting small amount of data, this insert command is used. So what about copy command? We use this copy command for large scale data loading. For example, if you want to move, bulk data, from S3 to Redshift, then you can use this copy command. Or else if you want to move DynamoDB to Redshift, if you want to move bulk data from DynamoDB to Redshift, then use this copy command. So like that bulk data transfer, or else if you want to load bulk data, then use copy command. Or else if you want to load simple tables, small data volumes or individual rows, then this insert command is sufficient for us. So these are the two use cases. And basically coming to efficiency, this copy command is highly efficient compared to insert command. Why, sir? Because under copy command, your data is transferred parallelly. What? How the data is transferred in copy command? Your data is transferred in parallelly. Whereas in insert command, your data is transferred in serial execution. Here in copy command, even compression also happened to your data. So that's why this copy command is used in Redshift while loading your data from different sources like S3 or DynamoDB. Like that, we have many sources that we're gonna tell you in after some time. That is, we're gonna use this copy command to copy from source to destination. That is from any source to Redshift destination. You can use sources as S3. If you want to move data from EMR, that is Elastic Map Reducer, then also you use this copy command. Or else if you want to move from DynamoDB database to Redshift, then also you can use this copy command. And at last, you can use this copy command while you are moving your data from EC2 to Redshift, or from your remote location. You can even able to accessible by using SSH. So by using SSH, you can able to remotely transfer your data from your on-premise to Redshift as well. So these are the ways where you can able to use the copy command to move your bulk amount of data from one source to Redshift, from any source to, from various sources to Redshift. Whenever, whenever we use insert command to move our bulk data, how actually your data is moved into clusters? Your data is moved into clusters in serial mode. So in this case, what happens is, since you are moving bulk data, you need multiple insert statements to put too much load on a single node. You can say single node slice, right? Yes. Since you are using multiple times this insert command, actually what happens is this inserts too much load on a single slice, on a single node slice. As a result, what happens? If you compare all the slices, some slices are evenly distributed and some slices are oddly distributed. That means in some slices, a lot of data is there, whereas coming to other slices, there is very less data is there. So what happens during this time? While executing your slice, while your slice execution happens, there may be some slices which take very much more time. That means to run that slice which is having a bulk amount of data will take obviously very large time, right? So even this late execution leads to entire cluster execution. Yes. So whatever the highest time taken by the slice execution, so after that only that bulk data present in that slice will be executed and provided the sub result. Then only our leader node will provide the response to the cluster. So can I say whatever the lastly executed slice, that means whatever the bulk data loaded slice time will be my cluster time? Of course. So in order to reduce time, that is in order to increase the speed of my cluster, do I need to put my data in slices in same order? That means I want to distribute commonly my data to all slices. Yes. So if we distribute our data commonly to all slices, then what happens? It will take obviously less time, right? Yes. Compared to a slice with a large amount of data and another slice with a less amount of data will leads to will takes very large time to produce results. Whereas multiple slices with equal amount of data sharing will leads to what? Will leads to execute your queries very faster way and leads to produce the results in very faster way and leads to reduce the response time given by the cluster. So can I say increase the even distribution will increase the cluster speed? Yes, of course, this even distribution will increase the cluster speed. So now, if you use insert command, your data is distributed in not same format. That is, all slices will not get exactly same amount of data. Some slices may get more data, whereas some slices may get less data. So in order to provide equal amount of data, in order to load equal amount of data, we need to use copy command instead of insert command. So what we are using, we need to use copy command while loading our data into our Redshift nodes slices. So you have learned these 2 points, that is when moving your data from various sources to Redshift, we use copy command instead of insert, because insert command executes in serial execution and leads to unequal distribution of your data to node slices. So to provide a data distribution equally among all cluster node slices, we need to use copy command instead of insert command. If you use copy command, even our data is distributed parallelly. So now let's see an example how to use this copy command. Now let's see an example about how the syntax or how to use this copy command to copy data from S3 bucket to Redshift. So basically, if you see the syntax, it contains mainly three parts. First one is destination table name and data source and authentication method. The syntax of this copy command, it is very important, so must need to remember this. It will look like copy. Here you need to provide your table name, that is your destination table name. So let's put it another color. Your destination table name. So where the destination table is present under Redshift, right? Yes. So Redshift destination table name that you need to provide here. So copy and table name. And next, you need to write from where you need to copy. Since you need to copy from S3 bucket, you need to provide the URL for that. S3 colon, the URL will look like this. / whatever the bucket, in which bucket you are storing your file, that bucket name you need to provide here. So I'm writing bucket name here since I don't know what's bucket name you put, that you need to write here. After that, you need to write file name dot, it may be CSV file or the TXT file, whatever the file format that you need to write here. So like this, the syntax will be. At last, you also need to provide an IAM role. So why do we need this IAM role, sir? So this IAM role is used to provide credentials for your Redshift, since this query is executed under Redshift command line. So you need to first provide the Redshift to read whatever the file which is present in S3, right? So in order to copy the file which is present in S3 bucket, first we need to able to read it, right? So to provide that permission, we need also to provide IAM role. That is credentials also we need to provide. So ARN, the credentials will look like ARN AWS hyphen IAM : 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 0 1 2, like this something will be there. Under that role, so whatever the role name you created, that role name will come now. That is, let's say I created my Redshift role, then it will come like my Redshift role. So every role or every resource is having this, that is a ARN, Amazon resource name. So mostly what is the full form of ARN will be asked in certification, so must need to remember this point. Amazon resource name. So let's see what does this is the actual syntax. Let's see what does this syntax contain. So this syntax just contain copy, and what is this? This is nothing but our Redshift destination bucket name, and from where we are copying, that also we are specifying. From whatever the bucket we are copying, that we are specifying here. And then in final, we are providing the IAM role in order to get this file from S3. So in this IAM role, we are providing the S3 permission to this IAM role. So then only this Redshift can able to copy this file from S3 bucket to whatever the destination bucket, that destination table that you have provided. So remember one more thing, this destination table name, whatever the destination table name you provided, that table must be created by whom? You are the responsible person. So you first need to create destination table in Redshift. So first you need to create destination table in Redshift, and then you can use the destination table. So then whatever the data which is present under file that you provided here, that data will be copied to the destination table. So must need to remember the points here is, while creating this destination table, you need to provide the same data types of columns which are present under the CSV file. If you do not provide exact same data types, then what happens, sir? If you do not provide the same data types, then this copy command will map your data to another data types. It may also happen. So by using this copy method, can I able to copy only a single file or multiple files? You are allowed to copy multiple files by using single copy command. By using a single copy command, you can able to copy multiple files which are present in various sources as well. So for this, we have two methods are there. Ways to copy multiple files by using single copy command. So let's see. The first way is by using common prefix. So in this, the same syntax will be followed. So let me write this: copy, and what are the destination, your table name in Redshift. Let's say my table name is database 1. So it's just the table name, database 1. So after this, you need to write from where, that is from which S3 bucket, from which data source, that you need to provide here. That is S3 colon double slash, my bucket name is bucket 1, bucket hyphen 1 2 3 4 5 6, and within this I have a folder with the name Spark. So I have a folder with the name Spark. So within that folder, whatever the files do I have, those all files I want to copy. Or else with after the Spark, whatever the prefix, whatever the suffix that is coming, all the files with name, that suffix will need to copy to database 1. So I need to write this command. Now at last you need to provide an IAM role as well. So this IAM role will contain a Amazon resource name that you need to write IAM colon 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So it will be same like this only. That means whenever you go and copy the IAM role, it will be look like this only. And I put the IAM role name is role 1. So like this I just put it. So this is one way. By using common prefix, you can able to copy multiple files by using single copy command. So let's see the another way. Actually, this way is not recommended because in sometimes it may happen that whenever you upload a file, whenever let's say a hacker or someone or unknowingly uploaded a file to your S3 bucket in this folder, then what happens? Whenever you run this command, whenever you copy the data which is present under that, whatever the extra uploaded file, that also copied and saved on your database. So this also be a loss. And one more thing is, so whenever if any one of the user, if any one of the IAM user who using the bucket was unknowingly or unfortunately deleted one of the file which is present under your folder, then can I say that file is missing in this database? Of course, that file is missing whenever we execute this copy command on that. So in order to avoid this, by taking only the required files, we can able to avoid this. So is there any method? Yes. So there is a option for us. There is a method for us, that is manifest file. By using manifest file, we can able to copy only specific files. Whatever we require, those files we can able to copy. Here you can see we can able to copy from particular bucket, from particular folder only all the files. But by using manifest file, we can even able to copy specific files within a same bucket, same folder, or else within same bucket, within different folders also we can able to copy multiple files, specific files, whatever we require. So like that, we can able to copy our files. So let's see about that manifest option as well, manifest process as well. So let us see by using the manifest file. So here, the only thing that you need to modify here is, in previously common prefix, you provided that prefix. But here you need to provide the manifest file. Here you need to provide the manifest file which is present in your S3 bucket, and you must need to specify that this manifest at the end. If you forgot to specify this manifest, then what happens? This Redshift will treat this file as source only, and it just try to load this and copy will be failed. So that's why you need to provide this manifest at the end, so that it indicates there is a manifest file. So what does this file contain, sir? This manifest file will look like this. It contain what? Entries. So from here till here, this is your manifest file. So this is how it look like. Under JSON format it will be. So under the entries, you need to provide the URLs. Of whatever the files that you want to copy. So let's say I have file 1 inside my bucket 1 folder 1. So in this way you need to provide your URL for file 1 which is present in bucket 1 and folder 1. So let's say in the same folder, in the same bucket, I want to copy file 2, then you need to provide like this. Let's say I want to copy the file which is present in another bucket. Then you can able to copy like this. Even this manifest having multiple options, like it is having mandatory field as well. So what does this mandatory field indicate, sir? This mandatory field indicates if the file is not there, then what it needs to do? It needs to stop there, or it needs to move forward to next command. So that you need to specify here. If you specify false, then the file is not there, then it just moves to another step. If you specify true, then this entry, what are the file URL that you provided, that entry must be copied at first, then only it will reach us to second. Next. So this is one of the field. So this is how the format will look like of your manifest file. Now, so let's consider the best practices. Let's say I want to load a single large file to my Redshift. Now, is it recommended to add directly that file to Redshift by using this copy command? The answer for that is no. You do not add your large file by using copy command directly to S3, because since the file is only one file, your data will be forcefully uploaded in serial manner. So your data will be copied serially. So it is not recommended. Then what is recommended, sir? You need to split that file into small files. You need to split that file into small files. Then use copy command. So this is one recommendation. Upload multiple small files rather than copying a single large file. So what is this? Load, or you can say copy multiple small files to Redshift rather than a single large file, because if you provide a single large file, then what happens? It will execute serial mode. Since that is a single file, it takes you a lot of time. Rather than that, it is recommended to take small files and then copy that files to Redshift so that it makes parallel copy. So what is the ideal size after compression? What is the ideal file size after compression? So there is a limit, that is 1 MB to 125 MB. So this is the file size after compression. Now, to optimize your performance of your data load, so providing multiple small files is good, or else is there any recommendation for this also? There is another recommendation as well. That recommendation is your total number of files will be that you want to copy will be multiple of number of slices in the cluster. Multiple of number of slices in your cluster. So if your number of files will be equals to multiple of number of clusters which are present, multiple of slices which are present in your cluster, then it provides you optimized performance of your data load. To provide optimize performance to your data load, if possible, you need to take care of this condition as well. That is, total number of files that you copy must be equals to multiple of cluster slices which are present in your cluster. Okay, yeah. So the condition balances the load across your entire cluster. So that's why it provides you optimized performance of data load. By using copy command, you can copy from multiple sources, multiple data sources, right? Yes. And even multiple data formats also you can able to copy. By using this copy command, you can able to copy multiple file formats. Multiple file formats. Even this copy command supports you more formats compared to your insert command. You can able to copy normal files and delimiter files, and you can able to copy compressed files as well to your Redshift. Whereas insert command supports only few extensions, few file formats only. So these are the different file formats which are supported by using copy command. You can see there are multiple normal files like file weight, character delimiter, and comma separator. This is nothing but your XML file and values, JSON. So you can also see the compressed files like park weight. You can also see here some zip files as well, gzip, bzip2. So like this, your copy command will support all these types of formats, whereas insert command do not support these many types of commands. Even you can able to copy from multiple data sources. Let's see what are the common sources where we can use copy command to load files to Redshift. From S3, S3 is a most frequently used source where you can able to copy your data from S3 to Redshift. Here in this S3, your from will be like S3 colon double slash bucket name and forward slash what are the data that you need to provide, right? So like this, your from will look like. And you can also even use EMR. What is this EMR, sir? This EMR stands for Elastic Map Reducer. Elastic Map Reducer. So by using this also, you can able to transfer your data. For this, the from, that is from will look like from where you are file will be. How you able to represent that? So that from will look like from what data source you are providing, that will look like EMR colon double slash whatever your EMR cluster that you need to provide your name here, and within that whatever the output or whatever the folder name that you provided, that you need to provide here, and at last you need to provide data. So this is how you need to provide the here, and you also need to provide a delimiter here. What is that? Delimiter to provide a tab space between your data, and your data will be LZOP format. So that's why you need to provide LZOP as well. So if you specify only, then it will be known for AWS Redshift. That is, the file format will be LZOP, or else it consider some other and it will stops, fails to load the data. And you can also even copy from DynamoDB as well. DynamoDB as well, you can able to copy. That from will look like this, from DynamoDB colon double slash. That's it. After that, you need to provide your file. And then you can also even send from SSH from your local environment. You can also even send your files through internet by using SSH, secure shell. For this, the from will be, that is the source will be represented like this, from S3 colon my bucket ssh manifest dot txt. Much need to do is here you need to provide ssh colon. Then only it identifies this file as ssh file. If you miss this, then what happens is this Redshift will load whatever the text file which is present in S3, but this is not present in S3, so it will fails to load. So in this syntax, you can see we have told you about a destination table name. So before using copy command, first what you need to do in Redshift, you must need to create a destination table in Redshift. So that we have done here, and we have even discussed about from what database sources, from what different types of sources, and how we can write the command for from, and we have, and what are the leftover thing is from, if I provide by using delimiter, then delimiter format will be like this, and it also contains some possible optional options are there, that also I'll tell. So under manifesto, you can see multiple options there. That is, first you need to provide your source IP, and then you have multiple optional options. That is, if you want, you can able to provide public key and username. Mandatory field I have already explained. That is, if you want to, if the file is not exist, then what you want to do, by default it will be true, and the command, if you have any remote commands, then you can able to write here. So like this manifest contains the additional field as well, other than the default fields. At last, you can see the IAM role. So for what this IAM role is used? This IAM role is used to provide access to Redshift to copy data. So we can able to provide this access in two ways. First way is by using IAM roles, and second way is by using access key IDs and secret key. So coming to access to Redshift to copy data from your sources. So how do we provide access to Redshift? To copy the data which is present under your sources is two ways. That is AWS IAM role and by using access key and secret key IDs. So if we provide our credentials, by using these access key ID and secret key ID, in place of here, in place of IAM role, we can even write credentials under that access key ID and secret key ID we can able to write. But if we provide that, then what happens is, if somebody watched this, then they'll get your credentials, programmatic credentials. Even by using those credentials, what are the permissions that you have? Those who are using those credentials, they can get those permissions and they can able to mismanipulate your account as well. So it is actually not recommended to use these secret access key as well as secret key, because they provide you the programmatic access. What is recommended? AWS IAM role is recommended because it provides you temporary access without credentials. You can see the role having some ARN, Amazon resource name, which will be like this, that you need to provide in order to provide the access to Redshift. In order to provide access for Redshift to copy the data from your sources. So whenever you're copying, you just need to provide this IAM role for the Redshift so that that Redshift can able to access your sources. There are ways to change your default behavior of data load operations. This behavior also involves compression analysis by using COMP ROWS. So by using this command, we can able to do compression analysis. If you want to do compression encoding, then you can use COMP update. COMP update. Compression update will, what it will do is compression encodings it will do. So if you want to see max number of errors before causing a load failure, if you want to see max errors, then use max error. So this is very important to test the load. To test the load, you can use no load. So again telling this no load is important because you use this no load to check the validity of your data file without even loading your data file. Without even you actually loading your data file, you can able to check the validity of your data file. So at last, table optimization after loading is completed. If you want to optimize your table after loading is completed, then you can use STAT, stat update. So when do you use stat update? To optimize load, table optimization for table optimization after load creation, after load is completed. After load is completed, you can optimize your table. What is this no load? It is used to validate file. To validate file without actually loading your data. Without even actually loading your data. You can able to validate without even actually loading your data. So max error. By using this, you can able to find max number of errors which are causing a load fail. Max number of errors. You can able to find max number of errors before causing a load fail. Okay. So when do you use this comp update? You use it for compression encoding. And when do you use this COMP ROWS? You use this for compression analysis. So by using this, you can able to change the behavior. These includes the behavior as well of your load operations. So this is all about copy. I hope you understood the copy command. When do you use instead of insert command? What is the difference between insert and copy, and how the syntax will be? What are the different ways that I can use? Among these two, why manifest file is recommended? By using manifest file, what are the default options that I have and other additional options I have, and which formats that this copy command supports, and from which common sources do I transfer my data? Do I load my files to Redshift? Those all things you have seen. And how can we able to provide access to those sources to Redshift by using which, what is better, why IAM is better compared to access key and secret key to provide access to Redshift for copying the data from other sources, and what are the default ways or default behavior of data loading operations. So I hope you understood this video. If you feel this video is understanding to you, then please like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to get the latest updates. See you back in the next video. Until then, bye bye guys. Thanks for watching.